Hi everyone, it's my honor to present my research here. My presentation is exploring novice teachers' teacher identity in online synchronous one-to-one language teaching contexts. The presentation includes 4 parts. We all know the pandemic hit the world badly, and it is also the reason that I have to do a virtual presentation here. Since the beginning of the pandemic, there have been lots of reports that many schools and institutions chose to close the campus and move their courses online, including Massey University. The courses are from different subjects. I even saw some teachers teaching PE online, and I'm not joking. However, it's that simple with a snap and everything magically moved online. I think one of the big questions behind the scene is whether the teachers are ready for the change. In 2016, a joint research project called SCOUT began investigating online teaching and learning. The project is held by Massey University and BLCU. In 2018, I began my PhD research on SCOUT teacher agency. SCOUT TA, in which TA stands for teacher agency. Agency is defined as an action potential mediated by social cultural factors. But today, my presentation is focused on the aspects of teacher identity. The research included 3 stages: training, teaching, and reflection. There were 4 teacher-student pairs participated in the study. Here is a brief information. All the pairs have finished at least 10 tutorial sessions. In the presentation, I'm going to present one of the pairs. The data is collected from discussion, recordings, and interview. Here is a brief introduction of the pair. The tutor, Su, has taught Chinese for over 10 years, and the learner is the CEO of a training company. I chose this pair because it provides an excellent example of how a teacher's sense of agency was influenced by various factors. This is the timeline shows the data was collected at different stages and to indicate the change across time. Before the SCOUT TA, Su was very confident because she has more teaching experience than other participants. And in the training stage, she zealously offered suggestions to her peers. In the group discussion, she described her relationship with the student in the previous SCOUT teaching was professional, which also shows that she was very satisfied with her teaching and the way she handled the teacher-student relationship. Before she taught SCOUT TA, she sent an email to introduce herself and ask the learner what he wanted to learn. This shows that Su had a very clear plan about what she needed to do as a SCOUT teacher. Here is a screenshot showing Dan's background. In the first session, the environment Dan was in gave Su a strong impression. We can tell from Su's words that knowing Dan's identity influenced her perception of the physical environment, and she felt the teaching was more like business negotiation, and the context made her feel tense. She also compared the teaching with her previous teaching experience, that in the session, she felt less confident because she had to consider Dan's social status when she made pedagogical decisions. So in the first session, Su had a very different feeling compared to her previous teaching. Then let's have a look at what happened in the third session.
不是，这个是我想说的是， So I'm going to speak in English. So this is using big data to integrate online and offline sales. So that means that when we study the behavior of the consumer, so that we know their pattern of shopping, and we will try to link up their the way they purchase products, either from offline to online, online to offline. So meaning that they have an opportunity to.
Okay, in this session, Sue prepared something about Chinese society, which had been negotiated with Dan before. However, Dan brought up a new topic. He wanted to talk about his business. This moment shows that Sue was trying to interpret Dan's intention. Dan denied it and went straight on using English to explain what he wanted to say. Here we can see that Sue tried to stop him. She said, okay, but Dan ignored it. I'm not sure how would you feel when you had such a moment, but for Sue, she was very upset. This is what she said about this moment. She used the words through and ignored to show she was very uncomfortable about it. She wasn't ready to be challenged by the student. In Chinese culture, students have to show respect to their teacher, but Dan didn't act the way Sue expected, to follow her plan or stop talking when Sue cut him off. Besides, Sue had actually been agreed by Dan beforehand, but at this moment, Dan broke the agreement. Actually, this kind of contingent moment is unavoidable in one-to-one sessions. And even though Sue wasn't very happy about this moment, it made her think which was more important in scope, to complete her teaching plan or to satisfy the learner's emergent needs. Sue's account also shows that she was willing to make an adjustment, but we can see that she still highly valued the teaching plan. For her, it seemed that a thoughtful preparation could avoid the incident happening again. As mentioned earlier, Sue was willing to make an adjustment, which shows that she was very responsible and tried her best to meet the learner's needs. But the learner seemed not to be very cooperative, which demotivated her. That's why she said she would try her best to teach, because it was something she should do as a school teacher. But she also made it clear that she would not do more. The example of Sue shows a novice online teacher struggling in constructing her identity, which was influenced by the learner's social status, his behavior, and asynchronous interaction, and eventually impacted her teaching. Here are a few implications for the teacher preparation. Before sending the teachers online, a training program is needed, which not only trains teaching skills, but also helps the teacher get prepared intellectually and effectively. And in skilled projects, most of the teaching is in one-to-one contexts, which imposes a different process of negotiation from classroom teaching. And the teacher and the students are in a more equal relationship, especially under the circumstances of age and social status. And there should be an ongoing training program so the teachers can seek support and maintain a positive attitude. Also, before attending online learning, learners should know the ethics in their classes, like what they can do, what they cannot do, and make full use of the opportunities they interact with the teacher offline. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Here is my email address. Any comments, feedback, or questions are happily welcomed.